Welcome, my friends, to Dark and Creepy Diamond Paintings Creepmas, where the cocoa is warm and the vibes are spooky. And apparently, I'm spending the early part of December kitting up this dpover.com Grinch canvas, because nothing says holiday spirit like a grumpy green creature who's looking personally offended that I even unboxed him. So settle in, grab something cozy, and let's get this Creepmas kit up started. Because whether this Grinch ends up festive or feral, we're in it together, my friends. Hey, hi, hello, and howdy. I'm Mushmello from Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, and you are, well, you're you. Hello. You. Welcome. Today we are going to do a kit up, and as you can see here, I have prepared the canvas for us. This is a Grinch canvas bought from dpover.com, recently unboxed on the channel. Link will be down in the description or an iCard up in the corner for you if you're interested in seeing how this came to be in my possession. And I have gone through and I went ahead and bordered the canvas for no other reason than I like to hide the gobbledygook and like printing, you know what I mean? The table label situations. And I like to have it kind of match the canvas. I'll look at something different and I don't want to stick my sweater to it. Okay, so I have pre-done that. And I have also pre-washi protected the containers I'll be using, and I have pre-stickered them. Now, to refresh your memory, if you saw the video or in case you didn't see the unboxing, these kits don't come with a sticker label system situation. It comes with an inventory sheet that's strictly paper. So what I did is I took the paper and I cut it the way I wanted to, which was symbol and DMC on them. I don't like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, blah, blah. I don't like that on there. And it had like weight and estimated number of drills and provided number of drills. I don't need all that extra information on my container. And then I cut the symbol with its DMC off in a strip and I stuck it in my Xyron sticker maker. If you don't have one of these, you really need to get on this. They are on Amazon, relatively inexpensive. I think it's like 15 bucks maybe. And it comes with some label sticker situations, but it basically turns paper into a sticker. So for kits like this, or the ones like from Temu that don't have any inventory, what you can do is take a picture of the label table thing and then shoot it over to your printer, cut it off the paper and run it through here, and boop, you have stickers. So highly recommend the Xyron sticker maker. But that is what I used to turn my paper inventory label situation into stickers. And I went through and I saw the estimated amount of drills that were going to be needed, so I could see like 300, 200, 400, whatever. And I went ahead and organized my kit, and so they should all be the correct size for the drills that we're going to pour in there. That was my prep work. The drills are all still in the sleeve and everything. I just simply bordered my canvas, washi protected my containers, and made stickers out of the inventory sheet and placed them in numerical order, 1 through 47. This has 47 colors, my friends, and we do get some specials. I can see right there we got some ABs. So without further ado, let's kit this up and talk about some stuff and things. All right, let's get started. Here we go. I spared you the crinkle of the sleeve and I laid out my drills all nice and quiet off camera for you. So since we're kitting up a Grinch kit, why not talk about something Grinchy to start? If you hadn't heard, McDonald's has their new Grinch meals, basically Happy Meals for adults. Yes. And we have we been Grinch mealing. You can get Big Mac or you can get chicken nuggets, and then you get French fries that come with this like shaker bag situation and special dill pickle seasoning. and you can pour your fries into that bag and then the seasoning into the bag and shaky, 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 shaky. Really good. And it comes with a medium drink. It comes in a special big, like a big Happy Meal box that's all Grinch themed, and you get a pair of Grinch themed socks. And I have discovered that there are 4 colors of Grinch socks available that you can try to get. So it's kind of like when we were kids. When we were kids and we all wanted like the toys, the certain toys or whatever, and you keep going back getting your parents to get you Happy Meals so you could collect the toys that you wanted. So at this point, you know, Sundown and I have obtained a multiplicity, probably too many of these Grinch meals. At least that's what the scale is telling me. You need to stop with the Big Mac's mushy. But we wanted the socks. We wanted to get all the socks. We've collected blue and red, and I posted pictures of those. But also, we recently finally got the yellow. Here's the yellow Grinch socks from the McDonald's Grinch meal. We got 2 pairs of those. So we got a pair of red, a pair of blue, and 2 yellows. Now all we need are the green. Now, of course, those are probably going to be rarer because it's the Grinch and thematic and whatever, right? It's funny because we timed it perfectly. Oops, I'm making a mess. This is a good start. We timed it perfectly to where we got ourselves Grinch meals, but kiddo was at work. So, no Grinch meal for her. Shucks, we don't have to spend that extra $12 because those Grinch meals are like $12. Like, what? So she was getting jealous seeing us, you know, with all these socks and, you know, the special fries. She knew that we had it while she was gone. So when she was at work yesterday, she had a break and she went to the nearest McDonald's and she was like, I'm gonna get me a Grinch meal, you know, screw you, Mom and Dad. And they were out. I guess they were out of the boxes or the socks or maybe the pickle seasoning for the fry. I don't know exactly what they were out of, but they were not selling them. They told her, we are sorry, we ran out of the Grinch meal. And she was like, okay, cool story, bro, but it's just a Big Mac combo. Like, are you out of that? And they were like, no, we have that. And she was like, fine, just give me a Big Mac and fries then. But I could tell by her tone and attitude she was disheartened. She wasn't gonna get cool socks like we have. I'll probably end up giving her my socks because it's more of a, I don't know, she could pull it off better than me, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I would look pretty goofy when I'm trying to look, you know, put together, professional, responsible, adulty, if I have like a doctor's appointment or some kind of professional meeting and I'm showing up in Grinch socks. And she likes all those like character socks and stuff and the crazy socks. Half the time she wears mismatched socks on purpose. So I'll probably give her mine, but I just thought it was funny because she was so excited and she thought it was gonna be a big, you know, screw you to us because she was convinced she was gonna get the green ones that we were missing and she was gonna rub it in our faces and no, denied. It's my understanding she went to the nearest McDonald's and then another one further down that she had time to get to on her break, and they were both sold out. So, you know, and what does that say about McDonald's? If you're going to have a promotion like that, you gotta know it's going to be popular. You gotta stock up better. Stop it. So hopefully they'll come back before the end of the season. And speaking of McDonald's and rare things, the McRib is back, and I do love me some McRib, but I feel like they've said about, I don't know, every time that they bring it back out, this is the last time ever. This is it. We're getting rid of it forever after this. It's permanent. Okay. And here it is again. They did something different this time though, because I noticed the last couple years that they did Big Mac, or not Big Macs, McRibs. The McRib meat was different. The McRib itself was smaller and sad, and the barbecue sauce was not fantastic. Oh gosh, look at me making a big mess trying to fit. Yeah, I probably should have used slightly bigger containers. My bad. And maybe a tray of protection. Probably. Well, we know where those are. They're down there if we need them. If we run out, we need them. Let me see. Do I have a big tray? Let me grab a tray of protection. Ta-da. Okay, so anyway, I got a McRib expecting the same kind of sad McRib as the previous releases, but this one was different. The McRib is like longer. It's almost too big for the box. Like they were cramming it in there. The actual McRib meat, not the bun part. The meat. It was longer. It was wider. It filled out the bun more, and they were doing something with the barbecue sauce was different too. Better, gooder, yummier. And then I was like, that was really good. And Sundown was like, oh my gosh, you know, I let him have a bite. He doesn't really like McRibs, but I let him have a bite. And he was like, wow, that's like way better than any other time. I might actually want to get one. So we went back another day and we ordered him. He went to order the McRib and they were like, we're sorry, sir. We're out of the sauce. He was like, what? What? And they were like, yeah. He was like, I guess just give me the McRib without the sauce. And I think they sprinkled some burger seasoning on it because there was some seasoning on it, but no barbecue to be had. And they gave him like a little dipping cup of the nugget barbecue sauce. And we're like, there you go. Have a good day. I'm like, I feel like we should have gotten a discount for that. You're going to sell a McRib with no sauce. And yeah, we agreed to that. But if you're going to do, you should sell that at a discount because you're not getting what you're wanting or ordering. You're giving me something less than. That's just my take. I don't know. Is that me being a Karen? Let me know. But I just feel like if, you know, take $1 off or something, take 50 cents off. If you're not going to provide the product in as intended, you know, as it's intended to be made, there should be, you know, give me an extra fry, give me a free ice cream cone for my sorrows, something, right? Give me a coupon for a free McRib when the sauce comes back. Do something. But no, they didn't do nothing but hand us a dry McRib. And actually it wasn't bad. If I have to be honest, I do have to be honest. Hello. If I'm being honest, it was not a bad experience. I would eat it both ways. I was happy. I thought it tasted good. So did he, actually. Sundown was shocked. He was like, oh, it's actually maybe better without the sauce. I'm like, right? It was good. Good stuff. All right. Well, that's my story about McDonald's. Let's talk about some other things. So how about the MomDown saga? Because the MomDown saga continues. We have, I think I mentioned this in the last whip and chat, but we have finally convinced her to agree to in-home care, like, excuse me, like independent living help. Some medically trained person will come in, help her organize her medications, make sure she takes them, help with some light meal prep and some light cleaning up, take her to go on doctor's appointments and errands, or do the shopping for her if that's what she'd prefer. And help her shower, you know, help her with hygiene stuff. Maybe help her with some household chores like laundry and whatever she needs, but also keep an eye on her medically. And we have that scheduled. Actually, they were supposed to come Tuesday and meet with us and her and get all the paperwork signed and stuff. And They had already determined that she was eligible to have somebody out there 14.5 hours a week. And we were thrilled that she finally agreed. Yeah, okay, it's gotten to the point where I need more help than you guys can give me. But I want to stay, I want to stay at home. It works out for everybody. You get to stay at home, but you get the help that you need, especially when it's the stuff that's more than we can help you with. Great. Well, then on Monday morning, MomDown gets a phone call from her pulmonologist, which is a lung doctor. And the doctor told her, Ermiger, get to the hospital emergency room ASAP. We just got the most recent lung culture in, and you have MRSA, MRSA pneumonia. And this is life-threatening. And P.S. Your kidneys are in extreme distress. You've entered kidney failure, and you need medical attention like yesterday. So please get to the hospital within the hour. So what does MomDown do? MomDown frets and stews a little bit, panics, and oh my gosh, Chicken Little style, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. I mean, these are serious medical concerns, but she was just falling apart, I guess. And then when she collected herself, what did she do? Did she go to the hospital like she was told to? No. She calls Sundown and me and tells us what the doctor said. And so first thing, Sundown was like, oh my gosh, Mom, just get to the hospital. And she's arguing and has all these excuses. I can't. I need to do laundry first. I need to do my hair first. I need to shower first. I've got to do laundry, and then I got to go up to the other house and get this and that. And like, she's like, I can't. I just can't right now. And he's like, hello? Are you kidding? Like, are you serious right now? Get to the hospital. And she's like, but I gotta prepare dinner and clean up and dry shampoo my hair at least, and all the excuses. Oh, this seems like the wrong size container for this color, by the way. We spent literally over 3 hours arguing with this woman. I feel like this got confuddled. I feel like I need to change this. Yeah, it was a freaking, oh my gosh, it was a battle of the wills, you guys. It got to the point where she was like making all these excuses, and then if she we shot down her excuses, she'd start crying and getting upset, and nobody wants that, but you got to do what you got to do to get someone whose doctor says get to the hospital like yesterday, like ASAP, waste no time, your life could depend on it. And that person is piddle screwing around, refusing to go and all that stuff. So I need to pay attention. 1 second. I'm sorry. If I don't pay attention, I will get confused and forget what I'm doing. And I'm already starting to get confused. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm switching these containers because this needs to go in there and that needs to go in there because that's a waste of space right there. Okay, so anyway, it got to the point where Sundown had it. He's like, 3 hours of convincing you that you need to go to the hospital and you still are not moving in the direction of the hospital. You're refusing for the most asinine reasons. You're refusing to go. I don't care about nobody's going to care if your hair is dry shampooed. Nobody is going to care if you're showing up in dirty sweats. What we care about is saving your life, right? If you don't know anything about MRSA, MRSA or MRSA is a staph infection that is extremely resistant to most antibiotics available to mankind. So it can lead to sepsis and septic shock. But the thing is that, you know, normally doctors would throw antibiotics at an infection and it will get rid of it. But MRSA is resistant to antibiotics. And it's not as simple as throwing antibiotics your way. If the MRSA is acclimated to that particular, they have to like keep trying different antibiotics till they find one that actually starts to work. And even if it does start to work, it doesn't mean that it will continue to work. So, and all the while, your health is declining. And when you're talking about your lungs and ability to breathe, you know, it's bad. Not only that, but it's highly, highly contagious. Very, very contagious. So, and Dad Down's in the house. He has COPD. So he already has and lung nodules and stuff. He already has trouble breathing. And the last thing we need is for him to get MRSA pneumonia as well. And we know that she had been over there hacking and gacking up. Sorry guys, gonna get a little gross here, but hacking and gacking up what you might expect people with pneumonia to expel from their body in some of these shades of green and yellow that you see here, and just kind of into a tissue and then just kind of dropping it around her. You know, she was too winded and couldn't breathe and tired to move and stuff. So she was basically just coughing into tissues and throwing them anywhere around her. So biohazard to the max. So, yeah, it was scary for us all, really. And we're trying to tell her, look, you're putting not just your life at risk, but you put our lives at risk. We have no immune systems. Sundown, because of his MS treatment, has no immune system. Me, because of my tumors and stuff, I have virtually no immune system, very weak one. Leah has autoimmune disorder, no immune system to speak of. So, you know, Dad Down, COPD, lung problems already, older man, probably weak immune system. You get the picture, right? So, and from what we're reading, it has like a 30 to 40% mortality rate if you don't catch it early enough and stuff. And so time was of the essence. You would think that with the doctor calling her repeatedly saying, have you gone yet? Are you there yet? Are you on your way? Are you listening? Hello. So finally Sundown like called the doctor and said, listen, my mom's all upset. She's telling me this, but she's kind of, she hasn't been taking her dementia medication. And so she's not 100% all there. We're not 100% confident in everything that she's got to say. So can you please tell me what's going on? And he is her medical power of attorney. He is on the HIPAA, you know, approval information sharing situation. So they were like, yeah, we've called her a couple times and told her she needs to get to the emergency room ASAP. And, you know, can you help us get her there and all this? She has MRSA pneumonia. Her kidneys are failing. She's in a dire, you know, emergency situation here. And he was like, oh my gosh. So he calls her back and is like, we're done with the excuses. If you don't get in the car, like right now, right now, and get over to the hospital, I'm going to call an ambulance. She was refusing ambulance. She was refusing to get in the car. She was refusing to even go. You guys, it was just a huge mess. This is the wrong size container. Again, I did not organize well. So, like I said, 3 or 4 hours later, finally, we get her in the car. Oh my God. And, get her up to the hospital. The emergency room, we had called ahead, told them what she had, because it's highly contagious and all that stuff. And told them what she had, and they were like, well, we thank you for letting us know. We have her on the board. They had been expecting her. They had her on their little medical board admitting thing, and we're just waiting for her to get there, and she was keeping everyone, including the hospital, waiting for hours. Get her there. They get her checked in, and immediately, boom, 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 start doing stuff. And I believe she got a room not long after getting there, and she's been in the hospital since Monday early evening, late afternoon, early evening, and she should have been there Monday morning, but it took us that long to get her there. And she's been admitted. She's in a quarantine type area. We cannot visit. And we are fine with that, simply because nobody around here wants to risk contracting MRSA pneumonia with no immune systems in the house. So yeah, they said, we've been keeping in contact with them. They said that the earliest they expect that she might possibly maybe be able to come home is going to be next Monday. So at least 7 days in the hospital is what she's looking at. We talk to her every day. And we've dropped stuff off at the nurse's station for her by request. But it was I feel bad for her too, because, and it kind of just speaks to her state of mind, but when we called her, she'd been there overnight, I think one night. One night, or maybe it was two. And she thought she had been there an eternity. She thought, she had been there way longer than she had. We were like, no, you've only been there like one night or one day. One day, maybe two. But she, poor lady, thought she had been there for like taken to the hospital and forgotten. It's sad. But I did it again, you guys. I don't know. I messed up my container situation a little bit. Let me fix it. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got my container situationed, but while I have Sundown here, Sundown.
Yes.
Would you care to briefly comment on the difficulty we had getting your mother to actually listen to the doctor and go to the hospital? Was it a struggle?
Yeah, it was. Had to talk with my dad too. I told him next time. I said she's got 5 minutes, and ambulance is getting called. The pneumonia she has is like really bad.
I explained the MRSA pneumonia thing and like how dangerous it is to not just her but all of us, that are trying to help take care of her, and to Dad down, with his lung issues and other health issues. But yeah, I was just explaining all the excuses. I need to dry shampoo my hair. I need to do my laundry.
No. First it started out I needed to take a shower. Then it started out I needed to do laundry. Then it started out I had to scratch my nose and scratch my butt cheek. Then it started out my hair's not parting right. Then it started out I have to go up on the hill. Then it started out I need air in my tires. Then it started out with every other I got to make dinner. Then I got to stop by and get pajamas, and I got to stop by and do this. And I told her, because we called the hospital and let them know that she was on her way up there. I said, either you get your tail end out that door, or the hospital is going to start charging you, because they're holding rooms for you. And she was out the door within 10 minutes after that.
Yeah, it took us kind of admittedly fibbinating a little bit, but it took us threatening extra fees and ambulance fees and hospital bill fees to get her out the door. That's what ended up. It wasn't save your life, protect your loved ones' lives and health. None of that mattered. But yeah, some of the excuses I was mentioning, some of those excuses were really ridiculous, like her hair not parting right, she can't go and stuff. I mean, it was bad. It was really bad. But I just wanted them to hear.
I don't have any clean underwear. That's okay, Mom. You wear the pins anyways. They come in a package.
Yeah, and the I need street clothes. Like, it's not a beauty contest. They'll give you a gown.
Are you going clubbing when you get there? No, you're going to be hooked up to IVs.
Yeah, and chances are, with how severe her situation is, I can't imagine that they're going to be very on board with her wearing street clothes. Part of the reason when you're admitted to the hospital that they give you a gown to wear and ask you to change out of your clothes and into a gown is so that they, in case of a medical emergency, have access to your body, the vital organs and veins and arteries and everything that they need to have access to save your life.
You can wear regular clothes even in that kind of emergency. You forfeit any right to tell them no if they have to get where they need to go.
Yeah, they have to cut them and stuff like that. It's just easier for them to do their job, and it's easier on your clothes if you just let them wear the dang robe.
That's on her.
Oh, this already has drills in it. That's why I was like, uh-oh, I messed up. But I just wanted you guys to hear it from Sundown because, here I am. From the horse's mouth. Yeah, I'm talking about MomDown, and I wanted you guys to hear I'm not being mean and unfair, and I'm not being like a stereotypical daughter-in-law. Seriously, it was that bad.
Oh, no, she was...
But the good thing to come out of it is, I mean, really pretty much the same day or the next day after she was admitted to the hospital, they started realizing that, things she was not I think that she's not taking proper care of herself and that she's being a little resistant and the dementia aspect and all that factoring in because the nurse or doctor, whoever talked to Sundown and said, we are going to go ahead and start the paperwork.
Oh, no, that was the hospital caseworker.
Oh, the hospital caseworker.
Yeah.
Okay. They called them and said, we're going to go ahead and start the paperwork to get her a home health care nurse. And they will work in conjunction with the service that we are hooking her up with, which is like a assisted living at home person. So they're going to work. She's going to have a medical, like state mandated reporter nurse person to take care of the strictly medical. And then she's going to have like one of those in-home helper people to also be keeping an eye on her. So she's going to have it's taking two types and sets of people plus us just to keep her in her home because she refuses to consider a facility that is more equipped and safer for her. So to keep her safe, we have to go to extreme measures at this point. But
I mean,
it is what it is.
I tell you what, I'm not looking forward to when that day comes and I gotta go. But I tell you what, there's not gonna be an argument because I'm not putting you and I'm not putting our kids through that. What she's putting me through and you through. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, I have to believe that she is not of sound mind.
Oh no, she's my language. She batshit crazy.
I mean, if you're gonna refuse to go to the hospital when a doctor called and said you needed to be there like yesterday, like this is real bad, and you screw around for hours and make all kinds of excuses, like obviously you are not in your present. You don't have presence of mind. You're not being logical, So, but yeah, that was the update on MomDown. She's currently in the hospital. The hospital has taken notice of her behavior and lack of reasoning and logic and whatnot, and is stepping in, and this is the last step before, if this doesn't work out or if she does not cooperate or whatever, the next step is going to be a more forceful nudge into a facility and not by us. social services will get involved because they are putting a mandated reporter in her home under this program. And if she can't help take care of herself, or is abusing her medications, whether accidentally or on purpose, or not being hygienic and just basically not being able to care for herself as one should when they are independently living, then they have to report that stuff. And this is her last shot. So we're glad to finally have the help, and that other people are taking notice and stepping in and helping the process along.
It sucks that it had to go to this extreme.
But she did that, though.
Oh, I know.
I mean, and we are in support of trying to. I mean, we don't want to take anybody out of their home. You know, we want for her what she wants. But there are sometimes, in some situations like this, there comes a point when, unfortunately, if you're not of sound mind, to the point where you're ending up laid out on the floor, you know, being found nearly dead, and you're not going to the hospital when you're supposed to, and you're refusing when people are trying to urge you and offer to take you and all that stuff. You guys, there's got to be there has to be a stopping point, you know. So, and we're getting there. It's sad because, but it's even the hospital has recognized that it's more than we can do to help her. She needs more help than family can do. So that's the update on MomDown. Good and bad, you know what I mean? It's bittersweet. It's not a happy thing, but it is a happy thing, if that makes sense. And then what else? Oh, I did want to tell you guys, and we'll end the video with this. You may have noticed that, like, Figure It Out Friday has, like, poof, where'd you go? Tales from the Crypt, Confessions from a Diamond Painter, Diamond Painting 101, whatever other, I can't think of all of them now, but all the series that I do have kind of disappeared as of late. And don't worry if you're a fan of those content types, they're not gone forever. They will come back. I have just been incredibly busy dealing with all this MomDown stuff, because this is her second time in the hospital in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. The second, like, emergency situation in a short period of time, where we are tasked with all kinds of stuff, whether it's getting her help or running things up to the hospital to her and conversing with doctors and care providers and stuff like that. So we kind of have life going on, but not, we had Thanksgiving, and then I'm doing the Christmas premieres again this year, and so I'm preparing extra videos off camera, like not extra videos, but an extra video with extra content. Lots of work for that one, because I want it to be special. It's Christmas. So I'm busy with that, and then also preparing for Pink and Black. Oh my gosh. I don't know these are all like, they're like sticking in here. Hold on. Let me just, I'm fighting with, where'd they go?
You didn't need that one anyway.
Those 4 or 5? I guess not. These are the special Grinchy ABs. These dank green ABs. I like these. Oh, filled to the brim on that one. But those things have not really gone anywhere. I've just had to put a pause on that content while I do some of this other things that you guys might not necessarily see in the immediate, but it's happening off camera, and it's time sensitive. So I'm taking care of that stuff. I expect it to all that stuff to come back after Pink and Black in the new year. We're going to resume our Figure It Out Fridays, our Tales from the Whipped, Confessions, Fact or Fiction, all of it's coming back. So please don't worry about that. If you're a fan of those things, I haven't forgotten you, and I haven't abandoned it. I just don't have the time to create those kinds of episodes of that kind of content that I am comfortable with, that I want to, I could throw something together, but it would be junk. I just don't have the time to put it together the way I like it. So, that's all there is to that. Nothing nefarious. It isn't gone forever. Also, the lives have slowed down and are very sporadic and hardly happening at all, date night lives. That is also because of everything we've been going through over here. So please, bear with me. We're doing the best we can in terms of the extra stuff, the extra content and the lives and things. But this has just been a really trying time the last about 2 or 3 months, and especially the last couple weeks. So bear with us. That stuff will come back. I just want to make sure that I addressed it and it was clear with everybody. But here we are. We're all done, kitted up, guys. There was no static, so I forgot to look for butt dimples. There they are. Yep, these are acrylic. I don't know. I'm going to double check the DP oversight. I feel like they said resin because I feel very much like I was dreading kitting this up, thinking that it was going to be a static hot place, and it wasn't. And so that I'm like, were these acrylic? I'm going to check the site and see whether it says resin or acrylic. Did I get the type of drills I was supposed to? We'll see. Editing Mushy here. The standard drills are acrylic and the special drills are resin. That's what it says on the site. So we're all good. To me, yeah, I'd always prefer resin, but acrylic, I don't mind either. So it's not a big deal to me either way. They all shine. But yeah, that's our kit, you guys. The only thing I have left to do really is organize the symbols to my liking. Everything else is already in order, ABC 1 2 3, so I'll do that on my own. But here it is, all set and ready to go. Our second canvas for Christmas, although you won't get to see the first one until Boxing Day. Boxing Day? Box Day. The Box Day, the day of boxes. What is that day? I don't know. That day.
I've never heard of it until
I think it's a European thing, or maybe a UK thing.
Oh no.
Somebody I'm sure will be happy to tell me exactly. Somebody explained it to me once before and I've already forgotten what they said. Don't understand it, but anyway, that's all for this kit up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are you excited to see DP over Grinch in a cup? Are we excited about this? How do you think it's going to turn out? Do you think that this is going to turn out good? Have you heard anything about this shop? Have you seen any of their finished canvases? How did they look? Do we stand a chance in a hot place with this one?
I like it.
Oh, I like the way the art looks, but we'll have to see what it looks like with drills on it. I see a lot of confetti. I see some color blocking, but I do see a lot of confetti too. Sadly, I also saw this blurry black dotted mess. So, we'll see. Let me know what you think, and until next time, stay naughty. Oh,
peace. Mushy out.
Mushy out. You just hit me in the head to get to the camera. You literally took your arm and just bashed my head like a club to get your hand in the camera.
Yes.
How rude. Oh, you guys. Maybe he's going to be the next to go. Stay naughty.